Professor. So today we have a simple topic to talk about. We're going to talk about how to be a software engineer. So before we kick things off, I would like to introduce me and my teammate first. So let's start off with this guy.
My name is Vong Vathana.
My name is Kun Sokvathanak.
My name is Sereysaophea.
And my name is Daravichhey.
So on our agenda today, we're going to talk about what, how, needed in gears, and why not seconds. So let's now start off with the meaning. What is software engineering? So software engineering is like a systematic approach to designing, developing, testing, and maintaining software. So basically, software engineering is constructed by four parts. We're going to have to design. We're going to have to design first, and then we move on to the construction. After we are done with design and construction, we're going to test it and see if it works. And last but not least, we need to maintain the code, make sure it works at all time, and keep it updated. So I will be letting my friend to explain further more about what is software engineering.
So what I'm going to talk about is what software engineers actually do. So they start off with designing the architecture of software, which, as you already know, they create software. They also design how it works, how it runs, input, outputs. They also design the components needed, the user interface, which is probably one of the most important, because if you can't use it, then what's the point, right?
So now I'm going to be talking about the construction of software engineering. So the first one is for coding. So before we begin everything, we need to build a foundation, that is the coding, and then we do a unit testing. It's to see if what we build is fit to standard and check to see whether it works.
And now let's move on to testing. Testing, as you know, play an important role before being able to put our application of software into the market. So we have a total of 5 testing. Unit testing is where we, test each function and each code separately. And integration testing is where we put small functions, small units together.
I would like my friends to explain this further.
So with the minimum of the gears that needed, it is about 8 GB of RAM with a 256 SSD, and with the CPU like a Core i5 or Ryzen 5, it is enough for the minimum. But to make sure that our programming, it is none of the thing that can interrupt us, we can choose a 15 GB of RAM and 512 GB of SSD to make it smoother and multitasking. Okay, to be more about the software engineer, we need to know about how are we gonna achieve it. So moving on. So the next part is to know about the characteristics about software engineers. So get started, bro.
So first of all, as a software engineer, you gotta have the characteristics you gotta be able to think analytically. Thinking analytically, meaning you have to think more algorithmically, and you have to think of how things goes together like puzzles, and you gotta use your math in. I'm not a software engineer yet myself, but I am sure thinking analytically will help a lot during software engineering, software production, and having this characteristic alone could probably put you in one of the top positions as a software engineer. Next up, collaboration.
And another key characteristic is collaboration. As we know, collaboration is important in all sort of fields. So if we're able to collaborate and work together in sync, our project and work will be done perfectly. A designer need to work with developer, and they need to make code, build code, and make them in sync and work together.
So for the time management, as a software engineer, you have to be punctual, to be on time for your project and planning. For example, if there a manager who require you to to finish the project on a certain date. You have to finish by that time, or it's gonna be, or the clients are not gonna be happy. Yeah.
So now let's talk about attention to detail. So what is the most common characteristic of a software engineer? It has to be attention to detail. So as a paranoid person myself, attention to detail was just born in me. So let's take an example. If you were to code an app, you will try to look for every single error that nobody could ever think of, and you try to fix everything until to the point that the app will work perfectly fine and there won't be a bug for the next couple of months.
And moving on, another characteristic, it is a patience and perseverance. So this is mean that we coding, we need to be patient and we concentrate on our activity that we doing. So sometimes, as we know that while we coding, we really like stress about it and we want to force it to finish as soon as possible. But the only characteristic about this, to maintain this, we need to be patient.
So now, after all of these characteristics of a software engineer, we are now going to move on to the 4-year plan or roadmap of the students in Paragon International University.
So now let's begin with the roadmap of the 4-year in Paragon University. So the first foundation year, we already set a plan, which is we need to enroll in English, academic English, MIS, which is to study about the computer basic of the network, something, and about another course, it is CS 125, study about the principle of programming 1, which is the processing, we will be the programmer. And moving on to another things, is we need to enroll the Econ 100 and CS 126, which is the principle of programming 2, which is we're going to study about the OOP, which is object-oriented programming, and CS 128, which is we study about web design and development, and mathematics. Yeah, we need this, bro. And another one is a English 101, and the last one is a Math 20 and 41, which is we study about the linear algebra. And this is all about the foundation year. And now let's take a look to the second year, which is the processing to be a software engineer. This is the first one. It is a automata theory, which is the processing to be learn about the AI. CS 311, which is the study about the discrete maths. CS 201, we study about data structures and algorithm. Here we go, boom, which is we going to processing with the back end of the software engineer. And this is the Econ 201 macro, which is study about the macroeconomics. It is optional, we can enroll this or not, but we need to take another course to make the full credit of which is the requirement of our school. And system analysis, also the important one, number recall methods, and CS 128, which is study about the web design and development, front-end basics. Here we go. And the last one of the second year is a CS 230, which is study about the computer network.
So for the third year, we have a CS 262, Advanced Concept in Web Development for full stack focus. And then we have CS 226, Database Management. That's for storing data. And we also have Math 222. Yes, yeah. We also have CS 315, Software Designing. And CS 204 for Computer Architecture. And ICT 311, Well Integrated Learning. This is for internship experience for getting real world experience. Then we go to CS 250, Operating System, before ending with CS 312 for Computer Security for cyber. cyber protection.
Okay, so now let's talk about our 4-year plan. So we have a total of 2 projects in the second semester. So for our first semester, we're gonna take some courses like CS 426, which is gonna be talking about cloud computing. And now we have CS 342 that teach about artificial intelligence. And we also have CS 494, software testing and quality assurance, CS 394, advanced database and management. And we're gonna take all of these courses to prepare for our final project. We have project 1 and then project 2. And then we can also take our search engine and information retrieval. And that is the end of our 4-year project.
Yo, hello, bro.
What's up?
What major are you studying?
I'm a computer scientist. What's up?
You find a love for you, bro.
Okay.
Sir, a dollar, please. Sir. Oh, please, a dollar. Thank you so much, sir. Damn, all day and I got a piece of paper. You should have set up a plan B. What? I should set up a plan B. Professor, when you study computer science, did you make a plan B?
So everybody has this question. Hold up, I'm doing my work. Okay, so everyone has this question about what should I do in the future? What should I be? Well, everyone would always have a plan B if the first one doesn't work out, but it should always be a means of hard work and commitment. If you don't know what you would be, you could probably ask your friends back there.
Guys, have you guys set up a plan B?
For me, I do have a plan B. If I'm not doing the full stack developer, I will be a businessman. You know, my dad is kind of do his own business, so I can follow his step. What about you guys?
For me, I want to be an artificial intelligence developer because in the future, AI gonna take over. What about you?
So for me, I think it would be a game designer, I guess.
Hey, what about you? You asked us what our plan is. What about yours?
I think I have an idea of a plan B.
Okay, have a seat first.
I actually want to be a software engineer. I think that's pretty good idea. So I think my plan B is going to be software engineer because if being a artificial intelligence developer doesn't work, I could always rely on software engineer.
Okay.
Which doesn't make me
Bye bye.
Bye.